order for let's spill the tea.
Aw,
Hi,
hi.
what's up?
Life.
I hung out with children yesterday. Yo, when I went to Paul's party, sorry. That just, what? I went to Paul's party
Yeah.
yesterday for his Tito Ver's birthday.
His
And
say that again?
his
Tito
Tito
Ver?
Ver. Yeah.
Which is like birthday in Filipino? Tagalog?
No, his Tito Ver. Like Tito Ver. Like Uncle Bear.
Oh. Okay. I got you. I thought you were saying like it was his birthday party. I was like, wasn't his birthday last week?
Yeah, no. But
I
his
got you
Tito
now.
Bear's birthday is actually next weekend.
People got shit
But
to
they
do
did a
next
party,
weekend.
right?
Yeah.
And I went. So there's little cousins. I'm not gonna like say their names or
Please
how
don't.
old they are.
Yeah.
But like there's a couple they're his nephews or
Yeah.
cousins, but they're younger than him. And there's like the ones that are young enough to be like played with, there's like 4 or 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's more than that, but they're like older, so you kind of just like
Yeah.
talk to them. But the ones that are old enough to be played with, there's like 4 or 5. They like clung to me like a koala.
Bam.
I was playing with them almost the entire time. I was the child entertainer yesterday.
Yeah,
And I was like,
that's
am I
usually
using my teacher charm on them? What is happening? I just like teacher charmed them into liking me. Paul sang One Direction.
What the fuck?
They do karaoke at like every party. Paul was singing One Direction. He's sang One Thing by One Direction.
I haven't heard that song in like a decade. Is it even
Yeah.
that old now? Like,
I don't even know.
when did One
I
Direction
don't
break
know.
up?
I could not even tell you. I'm trying, bruh.
Well, shit. Now I know what your tea was.
Yeah,
Are you
that
drinking
was my
tea? Are you drinking
I
tea?
actually am. I have green
Yeah.
tea.
Is it your
How
green chai vert or whatever?
it is actually. How does one
How does one what?
add stuff to, you know what? I'm gonna email it to myself. Sorry, I was doing something before you let me in, and I want to finish it because it was already open. I'm just gonna email myself stuff, and then
Goddamn schoolwork.
save it. Yeah, I'm living my life. It's fine.
I can tell.
Ah! Okay. Anyway,
I
do you have
also feel
tea?
that. Yeah, but I need to preface this with a little something.
Oh God.
I got a pillow right here for a reason. I don't know if you can see it. It's there we go, pillow.
I was gonna say, well, you literally disappeared, so.
Okay, I needed that. I needed to scream into my favorite throw pillow.
Okay, what happened?
So on Thursday, did I tell you what happened?
Thursday, you were called into work, I think.
Not. No, I was not called into work. Until I got a text being like, hey, can you meet us at this location? And I'm like, hey, no one told me to come in. I'm still at home.
Yeah.
And he's like, shit, can you come in? So I got to work.
Okay.
My shift was supposed to start at 2:00 apparently. And
No
he
one told
texted me
you?
at like, no one told me. My audio lead thought the entertainment lead told me, and my entertainment lead thought the audio lead told me. So literally I get there at 3:45.
Okay.
I'm like running through the building. And I'm like, all right, I'm clocked in. I'm signed in. Where am I going? Are you guys still outside? Because it was the outside stage. And it was like, yeah. And I'm like, oh. And I have to run to the other side of the building. And I'm just like, which technically the location I was at is like a secondary building. So I have to like walk through like a little bridge. I was like, it's gonna be a long fucking day. And it was a long day. but they still gave me my full 8 hours.
Oh. Well, I guess that's a plus.
Yeah, even though I was almost 2 hours late.
It's fine.
It's like fine, you know. It was a day, a very hectic show too. And we don't usually do ticketed shows. This one was a ticketed show because it was through a radio station, and that's the most details I'm going to give
Oh, okay.
because I don't want to say what radio station it was, and then it's going to triangulate where I work.
It's okay.
What are you eating?
Puffs.
Like cheese puffs?
No.
Puff corn?
Puffs.
I'm confuzzled.
Puffs.
Like the Gerber fucking baby snacks?
Potentially.
Honestly, no judgment. They're cheap.
They slap.
Mm-hmm.
I like them. I like them.
Okay.
Anyway. That cream soda.
Dr. Pepper and cream.
I love that. I need to stop eating.
Well, yeah, that might help. I don't want to hear you chew.
I'm done.
Okay, can I even open this fucking thing? How satisfying was that? Or was it terrible?
I didn't even hear it.
I did it right into the microphone, or were you
I
just
might
not
have been
paying
chewing.
attention?
I might have been chewing.
I'm disappointed in you.
You want me to just choke? I don't like. I'm confused.
Yes,
allowed
Corey,
to-
you have
I'm
to
not allowed to chew
die.
anymore.
All right, Corey. Okay.
Hello?
I said, are you ready for your story today?
Yes.
Okay.
I still have to log into my Google.
Okay.
Sorry. You
Are
can
we
start.
gonna keep with the trend of you guessing?
I don't even remember what you did last week. What was it last week?
Last week was Lindbergh kidnapping.
Yeah. And then
what do you-
before that was Dr. Death, right?
Yes, because we just posted it yesterday.
Yeah, when the Instagram didn't want to work for me.
I did it for you.
I know, but I had the pictures and what I wanted to say.
Bro, you gotta make sure you check your spelling on things. I had to spell check you.
Okay, well, I sent the message, like, I didn't copy
Yeah, I know,
it
you weren't
to
really paying
you.
attention.
I just, like, texted it, because I was like...
Yeah. But I think, like, I noticed, like, a spelling issue on a different post, and I just never fixed it because I was feeling a little lazy.
Honestly, I might have.
Probably did.
I spell check them, but then, honestly, I feel like my brain just isn't working half the time.
I felt that. All right,
But,
so what category are you thinking today?
You just did murders, and you did kidnapping.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Grand Theft Auto.
No, it's another kidnapping.
Oh, poop. Okay.
I'm doing it
Pooping.
because I heard about this story. This happened way back when, not that long ago, like when our parents were kids. But I still heard about it recently, and I was like, this is such an interesting story. I really wanted to do it. So today I'm going to tell you about Steven Stayner.
Oh.
Well, you're going to find out. So there's like documentary, like a Hulu docuseries I watched. I listened to other podcasts. I was trying to find the film, like, because I didn't feel like renting it personally, because like money. Like
Money.
Yeah, there's a film called I Know My First Name is Steven. And I was trying to watch that. I only got like little bits and pieces, sadly. So I wasn't able to watch the whole thing, but it's supposed to be a really good movie based off of his story. But yeah. So let's just jump right into it. Stephen Gregory Stayner was born April 18th, 1965 in Merced, California. He was the third of 5 children to Delbert and Kay Stayner. Yes, his name is Delbert.
That's...
He goes by Del. He goes by Del.
You know what?
So I'm going to address him as
Scratch the name Kai, actually. My first child's going to be named Delbert.
Let's see how Paul feels about that. So he has 3 sisters, Jody, Cindy, and Corey. And it's like spelled with the I too.
Reincarnation. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, she's still alive. So
Oh.
And his older brother is named Carrie. Yeah, I kind of Carrie's an interesting name. I've never heard a boy named Carrie, which honestly, respect.
Me either.
So, Stephen's life would forever change on December 4th, 1972. He would be 7 years old at this time, and he was always taught to respect his elders and adults and whatnot. So one day after school, his mom was running late to pick him up. So, like, she was at, like, the hardware store or something, like, and then she just lost track of time, you know?
I think I know this, actually.
And he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk home.
I do know this!
They didn't, again, this was the 70s, so, like, you don't have a freaking cell phone, like,
Yeah.
you don't share your location. And he didn't call anyone. He didn't go, the school was like, okay, bye, have fun. They didn't call mom being like, oh, just go home.
That's crazy.
Mom eventually did pull up, and she realized he wasn't there, so she was like, okay, I'm gonna go home, thinking he was just, like, with his friend or something. A couple hours had passed, and they still have not heard from him. Kay asked neighbors and his friends, but they had not seen him either. They called the police, and they basically brushed it off, thinking he was just out being a kid. Again, it's the 70s. So they're like, no, kids walk everywhere. It's a very safe neighborhood. Like, they weren't worried. So eventually, the police did start to worry as well. And this story went national. His face was plastered everywhere on TV, newspapers, any form of media that was available at the time. So parents begged for information leading to the safe return of their son. Many would call in fake tips, of course, that led to nowhere or, like, hurt them. Like, one claimed that Stephen was certainly dismembered and discarded in a sewer.
That's crazy.
And another actually confessed to killing him and even gave a location to where they'd find his remains. And when they asked why he lied about it, he just wanted to give the family closure. So I don't really know who this guy was.
Weird way to, like, try and give the family closure, though.
But from, like, some sources, people are speculating, like, because I don't know who this guy was. Like, I could not find who said this. I just know that was one of the fake tips. This guy was probably already in prison. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't really know, but, like, that's still kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I would not want closure that way.
No. And these tips would get so bad that there were times when Kay and Del would actually send the kids to stay with relatives to avoid these false tips that were just so traumatic. I'm like, yeah, get the kids out of here, please. They're, like, super freaking young.
Yeah, I don't.
So, over time, the story would die out of the media and get pushed past other more prominent stories, give or take. The family still tried to keep hope, and it was even said that Kay wouldn't leave the house unless someone was home to pick up the phone in the off chance they found Stephen.
That's really sad.
It is so sad. She was like, someone needs to be here to pick up the phone. Like, she couldn't even just go next door to the neighbors for, like, a cup of sugar, you know?
Poor girl.
Someone had to be home. So, what exactly happened to Stephen? This is probably where you're going to start, like, being like, oh, yeah, I do know this story.
I think it sounds familiar, I guess, already.
So, when he was walking home, he was approached by Irvin Edward Murphy. He was acquainted with a convicted child molester named Kenneth Parnell. Parnell was passing off as an aspiring minister or like pastor kind of thing. And Murphy was instructed to take the boy so Parnell could raise him as a religious kid. So even Murphy was being manipulated in this.
Okay.
They spotted Stayner and acted as a representative from a church asking for donations. Stayner agreed, knowing his mother is always willing to donate items to the church, and of course he was also being respectful. So they were like, Murphy asked something like, where's your house, kid? We'll drive you home. Don't worry. So we can just go pick up the things from your mom, the donations. Stayner, obviously, thinking like, oh, this is harmless. They're from the church. He agreed. And then a white Buick driven by Parnell arrived, and he willingly got in the car. So Steven began to become confused as they drove past his street. He was like, hey, you passed my house. And they're like, no. Don't worry. We'll get this taken care of. So Parnell drove them to a cabin near Kathy's Valley. And this cabin would sadly only be a few hundred feet away from his maternal grandfather's home. He's
That's
so
really-
close to family.
That's really sad.
So Steven was told the first night he would be staying at the home at his parents' request. Basically, Parnell was like, hey, I called your parents. They asked if you could just like stay here for the night. Like, they're really busy. They can't come pick you up. So,
What the heck?
And then he was told the next night that his parents asked him to stay yet again.
Okay.
So this would be a constant cycle. And basically, in the end, he was told that his parents didn't want him anymore.
That's horrifying.
It was just a constant cycle of manipulation that Steven actually began to believe and thought that this man would be adopting him. Because his parents were like, hey, we can't afford 5 kids. Can you just keep him? That's what he was told.
That's really sad, actually. I hear.
Manipulation. So, he was now told that his new name would be Dennis Parnell.
Okay.
He is no longer Steven.
All right.
So, the weird thing is that Kenneth Parnell kept his real middle name and birth date while enrolling him into schools over the next several years. Like, the birth date and middle name, like the birth date I can understand because he knows his birthday.
Yeah.
And he's 7 years old. He's going to be like, it's my birthday. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Like,
yeah.
But keeping his middle name I found strange. Maybe he couldn't come up with one or he liked it. I don't know.
Maybe he was like, yeah, this fits.
Yeah, Dennis Gregory Parnell.
Gregory.
So he even said, Steven himself said, he began calling him dad about a week into his abduction because he was told, like, hey, I'm your dad now.
Okay.
So, again, and he probably was, like, worried, like, hey, if I don't call him dad, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And that's where this next bullet comes in. Sensitivity warning. Since the very first night, Stayner was constantly molested. And he began to get raped 13 days later on December 17th. Like, he knows the exact day. He remembered the exact day it started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the two of them would move frequently around California, living in locations like Santa Rosa and Campeche, which was 260 miles from his family. Like, you and I, we're about 25 miles apart.
Yeah.
Give or take.
And it takes like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, California is much larger than New Jersey, but...
Yeah.
So, Parnell allowed Steven to drink at a young age, smoke, and basically come and go as he pleased. He even let him drive the freaking car. Sometimes, just like down the street, don't get me wrong.
But still, what?
At like 13 years old, he was learning how to drive a car.
Imagine you're just driving home and you see This
Like,
13-year-old, like,
yeah, just
driving a car by himself.
probably like can't look over the like
He's probably, like-
dash. Yeah. Um, but yeah, Parnell basically gave him free will, even though he was kidnapped. Like,
I guess he was secure enough in, like, oh, no one's
pretty
gonna know who
much.
this is.
Later in life, Stayner even said that he could have used these opportunities to flee, but he had no idea how to get help due to the manipulation, because he was like, well, my parents don't want me. He was like, so who do I call? He was too scared to call the police or go to them, like.
Yeah.
So there was even a period of 18 months where a woman named Barbara Matthias lived with them. She apparently would also rape him on 9 occasions when he was 9 years old.
Oh.
In 1975, from Parnell's instructions, she did try to lure another boy from the Santa Rosa Boys Club, but the attempt was unsuccessful.
Okay, well, good.
And she claimed she had no idea that Dennis was kidnapped.
So, okay, well, you agreed to try and lure another boy.
Mm-hmm.
So you were aware that he was trying to kidnap somebody else. You don't think that the boy that you're actively, like, raping is, like, kidnapped?
Yeah.
Girl, your lies are
Mm-hmm.
see-through.
At another point, Stephen was given a Manchester Terrier named Queenie that had been given to Parnell by his mother, who had no idea of Stephen's existence. Yes, Queenie actually was such a cute dog. Oh my god.
I'm about to look this dog up. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, just look up like a Manchester Terrier. They're so cute.
Aw,
Right? But like, Parnell didn't want the dog, so he just gave it to Stephen.
it's so cute. It looks like
It
a
is so
mini,
cute.
like, Doberman.
Mm-hmm. There's actually
cute.
like, I don't know if it's from the movie or like the actual like videos of him officially reuniting with his family, but like he's holding like a little Manchester Terrier in his arm. He's holding Queenie while like reuniting with his parents.
Oh, he kept it.
He did. But the thing is, I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if that clip was from the movie or was actually him. So just, again, dramatization in movies. So even though Stephen had constantly been told his parents no longer wanted him, so he wouldn't have hope, his parents would actually be sending flyers to schools about their missing son, but no one would recognize him. He was Dennis to them. And also the pictures were of him 7 years old. Obviously, he aged.
Yeah, I mean, that does happen, though. Like, people will change their name, and you'll be like, oh, that's just someone who looks really similar.
Right? And the thing is, they didn't have, like, that aging software we have now. So it's like they only had the pictures of him as a kid. So Dell was very upset and angry over his missing son that he'd go driving around for signs like freshly dug ground just for answers.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes even following cars if it looked like there was something suspicious in the backseat.
Okay, well, that makes you suspicious.
Exactly. But, you know, he was like, what if that's my kid? So he just wanted to know what happened to his freaking son. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Kay always had hope that they find him, and his siblings were too afraid to ask about their missing brother in case it upset their parents. Because, like, remember, he has 2 younger sisters.
Yeah.
They probably barely have memories of him.
That's really sad, though.
Exactly. So, one day he was walking with his friends in Comptree. He was like 12, 13, 14, somewhere around that age. He was crying because he missed home. And his friends were confused because they were close to Dennis's house. But he was like, no, I want my real home.
Oh.
Just so sad.
That's really sad, but also alarming.
Exactly. But they never picked up on that. He had very depressive episodes, which,
well,
I think is a given.
Duh.
He even told his girlfriend at the time that his mother didn't know he existed. Like, that could mean a number of things. Don't get me wrong. But, so she was probably like, yeah, his mother's not around. It's just his dad. You know? He was even brought to a payphone to call his mother, and he was so scared to that he just said he didn't want to. He was like, what do I even say?
I mean, I wouldn't know what to say either.
I wouldn't know. So his friends were not very fond of his, quote, father, aka Kenneth.
Yeah.
They lived in a remote cabin. His clothes didn't seem to be washed often. His shoes had holes. He wouldn't wear socks.
Oh.
He would just get teased over his appearance, which is not his fault, though.
Good. I mean, it's not his fault.
Yeah. So, I'm going to preface this line by saying, once again, this is like the 70s, 80s. Terms were very different. People in the area would be divided into hippies and straights. People felt that Dennis and Kenneth were straights, such as like straight edge. They would wear like button ups, like kind of like they weren't as free going and freely dressed. Like they were more like businessy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Even though his clothes weren't the greatest. So at one point, Parnell felt as if Dennis was getting too close to freedom and Comche. So he moved him away from all his friends and teachers that he was growing very fond of. Basically worrying that he would spill. He would just like walk up to his teachers and be like, hey, I've been kidnapped for quite a long time. Help.
I don't know if he would though, but all right.
Well, he moved them to a new town in a remote shack. They're still in California, though. And at this point, he was not allowed to have friends, do extracurriculars at school, and basically forced them to stay inside. He was like, you go to school and you come home.
My life.
That's not good, but...
That's all I do.
So, on February 14th, 1980, Steven was now 14 years old. And Parnell felt as if he was growing too old. He originally forced Steven to help with getting a new kid, but he sabotaged every attempt, and ultimately Parnell was like, no, you're staying home and I'm doing this without you.
Well, I would sabotage every attempt too.
Exactly. Well, he got help from a completely different teen, Randy Poorman. This is when Parnell came home with yet another young boy who was 5 years old, Timmy White. He never left Timmy alone just to make sure that he wasn't assaulted the way he was. He was very protective of Timmy. Steven couldn't bear to see Timmy suffer through what he went through. So, like, he was like, you know what? We can't do this anymore. It's time to leave. So, 16 days after Timmy was taken, Steven took him and ran while Kenneth was working a night shift. They hitchhiked 40 miles to get to a police station in Ukiah, California, which is where Timmy was from. He walked to the station and said something along the lines of, this is Timmy. I think you guys are looking for him. Like, just straight to the point.
You know what? Better that way.
So the police asked Steven to identify himself, and he identified as Steven Stayner, a kid who'd been missing for 7 years.
Wow. At least he remembered his name.
That's why the movie's called I Know My First Name is Steven.
Yeah, but...
So, when police came to Kay's doors at 3 a.m., the parents thought it had something to do with Carrie, who was camping while in college. So they were like, oh no, did something happen to Carrie? Like...
That would be horrifying.
Right.
2 children.
When she was told it was about Steven, she immediately thought it was bad news. Like, oh my God, they found his body.
Dead. Yeah.
But she was told that he's alive and a hero.
Oh, So sad.
So, like, she literally dropped everything. She's like, all right, give me my son. They were told to wait to see him, though, since he was still being questioned. Yet they allowed the news to speak with him before he even reunited with his family.
That's really mad. Like,
that's fucked up.
That would make me
fucked up.
Really mad.
And during this entire time, he never let go of Timmy. He was so scared to let him go before his parents arrived. Like, even in the interviews, Timmy is still sitting on his lap.
Oh, poor. He's so sweet.
So on March 2nd, 1980, he was brought home. They were both brought home at 1 a.m. with hundreds of people in the streets to witness the reunion. He asked everyone. I know, it's so sad. It's so sad and so sweet. He asked to have some alone time with his family, but reporters didn't care. They were waiting for him to answer more questions. Like, he was, like, inside his home, and they were, like, outside, like, answer our questions. We have microphones and cameras.
I would have punched them in the face. Get out of here.
So the media, very clearly, was constantly harassing him and the family. Rules for media were very different in the 80s.
Yeah.
They were found on rooftops taking photos through windows, following him into the school. Like, this dude is a freshman in high school, and he's getting followed by media.
School, like, premises.
They would even go in his classes.
What are you getting from his classes?
Him.
That he's learning algebra?
Right? He's just trying to do algebra.
He's trying to learn what a squared plus b squared is.
Isn't that geometry?
Yeah.
That's geometry, not algebra.
You can tell that math is not my subject.
But yeah, they were, like, following him everywhere. Like, there was no privacy. Like, he would even just be at his locker, like, you know, like the scene where, like, your locker's open and you close it and all of a sudden there's a person right there.
Yeah.
That's basically the paparazzi.
I would punch them.
I would too. So police even told him to keep certain information quiet, such as basically mostly directed towards Kenneth Parnell. But the media, being media, still found out that Steven was sexually abused and reported it without his consent.
Poop.
So now he's getting bullied at school. They're calling him homophobic slurs. Again, it's the 80s. They're like, you were raped by a man. That's so gay of you. Like,
that's so gay of
with
you.
much harsher
I had
terms.
no control over this.
Right? His classmates would even become resentful of the spotlight on his life. Like, why the fuck are there magazines and reporters in our school following this kid around?
Well, he doesn't want it either.
Exactly. Even his siblings envied the attention he was getting from the media, and his parents, like, even his parents were, like, doting on him because they just missed half of his life.
Yeah.
Carrie was already feeling neglected with his parents since they were so focused on finding Steven. Which, this is the brother. It was just, this dude was like, I think he's the oldest. He's either the oldest or second oldest. But he's like, my parents just don't care anymore. I think he was like 18 when Steven was found. It's just, it's so sad. So one of his old teachers in an interview was asked whether they should address him as Dennis or Steven. And she ultimately said, I'm going to call him Dennis because that's how I knew him.
Yeah.
Even though that's not who he is. But even, like, his friends from Comchi would be like, that's Dennis. That's not Steven, that's Dennis.
That's really sad, though.
And his friends also did feel guilty that they never saw the signs. It's so sad and so tragic.
He would literally said, I miss my real home, and y'all were like...
I know.
Y'all were
I know.
Like, what do you mean?
They were like, nah, this kid's just weird, alright?
I would have been like, what do you mean your real home? Like...
Yeah. I would have been like, what the fuck do you mean? But okay. Kay wanted Steven to go to therapy. Because, like, trauma!
Yeah, I mean, I fear, that's probably a good idea.
Dell was very much against it.
Fuck you.
So he never got the counseling to cope with his trauma. He wouldn't even let him talk about his previous years as Dennis. Like, his dad was like, shut the fuck up. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about your
you're just
old
making it
school,
worse.
like, right?
You're making him even more upset.
And as a teenager, he used drinking and marijuana to self-medicate. He was struggling.
Didn't take him to therapy. He's gonna find something else to do.
So, after high school, he began working at a butcher shop where he met Jody Edmondson. She would later become his wife in 1985. They had 2 children together, Ashley and Steven Jr. And he was a great father and husband. Like, they loved him so much. He was such a great partner.
Well, I would have not been an awful person if I went through that too.
Right? In the late 80s, Steven would give the rights to his story to create the film I Know My First Name is Steven. Screenwriter J.P. Miller collected dozens of audio recordings to write his 2-part movie. Recordings included conversations with family members, TV executives, and several interviews with Steven himself. So, we're going to rewind to the day where they all reunited. Parnell was arrested on March 2nd of 1980 as well. So they checked his background and found a previous sodomy conviction in 1951. He was convicted in 1981 and sentenced to 7 years, but was paroled after 5. Yeah, don't ask me.
What?
Sadly, he was not charged with the numerous assaults on Stayner and other young boys because they were out of their jurisdiction or the statute of limitations.
Okay.
The statute of limitations is a really hard thing to deal with. The Mendocino County prosecutors did not prosecute for the assaults within their jurisdiction, though. I don't know why they didn't, but I'm not okay with it. Murphy and Poorman, who were the assist in the kidnappings, were convicted of lesser charges, and Matthias was never arrested due to it being outside of their statute of limitations. Which sadly, yeah, the statute of limitations is usually around 5 years for rape. So it's long gone. So Stayner worked with child abduction groups, spoke to children on safety, and even openly spoke in interviews about his kidnapping once he freely could. Well, on September 16th, 1989, only 4 years into his marriage, Stayner would sadly pass away from fatal head injuries when, on his way home from work, a car turned in front of his motorcycle and resulted in a hit and run. The driver would be identified as Antonio Loera by witnesses, and he was sentenced to 3 months in prison, but not found guilty of manslaughter. 500 people would attend his funeral, including 14-year-old Timmy White, who participated as a pallbearer to honor the man who saved his life. And that is the end of part 1.
What do you mean part 1? It's not over?
No.
Didn't he just die? What the fuck? Follows
Corey's
Ghost?
about to
Do I do
cry.
part 2? Do I do part 2? I didn't know I had to do part 2 of this. What?
Part 2 has to do with another character in this. I can't say character, another person in this story.
Another character?
Another character.
Timmy?
I don't know. You're going to find out.
What the fuck?
Nah. There's a part 2. And you have to wait.
Died. Where's part 2?
I really wanted to get you with that. That was good.
Is this The Office? I'm confused. Where's the camera? Where's the camera? Because that was not cool.
I know that was a little fucked up of me, I admit.
I was also like so emotional about Timmy being a pallbearer, and then you're like, also by the way.
I
That's
had
not
to
it.
though. You know I had to. Like you were already distraught.
Whiplash.
Well,
That was
like,
emotional whiplash. That was not fair. Wow. I need to hold my emotional support Raphael for a second.
Oh my god.
Hey guys.
Do you need to see Crouton? Will that help?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about Crouton.
Let me go grab Crouton.
Hey guys. Why? This is Raphael. Raphael and Crouton are meeting right now.
Raphael and Crouton.
The crossover we didn't know we needed. I feel like Raphael would hate Crouton though.
Oh, definitely. He hates cats. Probably would hate capybaras too.
But like capybaras are just basically giant guinea pigs. We don't know how he
Exactly.
We don't know how he feels about guinea pigs. Also, does he like dogs?
I don't know. He's a fish, so. No,
That's why he doesn't like cats.
I was I think I was talking to my mom about this, and I was like, oh yeah, like I want to go to, like, when I go to Japan, I want to go to a capybara cafe to like play with capybaras. And my mom's like, I thought those weren't real. And I'm like,
think capybaras
do you
are real?
are you thinking of a chupacabra?
Probably a capybara.
A capybara is not real.
Do that. I should do chupacabras one day, and
I think it's on the list.
And just be like capybara the entire time.
You're like, no, that's the wrong one. I know. You're getting a part 2 next week.
That's crazy.
Thursday for us, but
it's crazy. That caught me really.
I got you good.
That was really mean. Wow.
I was getting you all emotional, letting you think this story was over.
I was ready to like. Wow. Okay. Anyway.
Plot twist. All right, what you got for me? What are you gonna torture me with now?
I'm actually not torturing you with anything. I don't have anything to torture you with.
Oh, no ghost? Cryptid?
I don't really know.
The fuck? You see, this is why I can't do the guessing game for your stories.
Because there's so much gray area.
Exactly.
You like don't know where. I guess it's technically a spirit. I think they are. I don't really know.
Okay. Please tell me we're not doing black-eyed kids, because you said they.
Oh hell no!
I fucking hate black-eyed kids. But
black-eyed peas. Boom
but...
boom boom. Oh
my god.
Sorry.
Anyway, what are you hitting me with?
Okay. I know you know this man, Kelly.
I do. Do I know this man?
Which man do you know? Do you know? Take just a random wild guess.
I really hope it's not evil man, but
okay, well no.
Some sort of man. It's definitely not Slender Man.
Oh hell no.
You hated when I did that story.
Fuck Slender Man. Paul, actually, yesterday we were walking out of his house. It was like 12:30. And he was like, I don't know why he did this. He was like, he looked into the abyss and he was like, oh my gosh, it's Slenderman. And I was like, what?
I had to punch him.
And I was like, excuse me? Don't say that. I literally, my head shot around like this. I was like,
can you not?
I was like, what? And he was like, I just wanted to say, I was like, why the fuck would you just say that? Like, out of nowhere. I forgot about my fear of that for a while, and then he brought it back.
Well, first I brought it back, then you like lost it for a couple months.
But I was inside my house when you were telling the story. I was outside at like 12:30 at night.
He fucked up.
And I was like,
what man are you talking about?
Okay.
You're gonna tell me
it's a very reported, like, you know, paranormal entity. Like a lot of people talk about this. No.
What the fuck are you talking?
The Shadow Man.
I only have a faint knowledge of this.
The Shadow Man.
I would
Everybody
not have
knows.
guessed it. I would not have guessed it,
Everybody
though.
knows the Shadow Man.
I know my shadow. I
But
don't know the shadow man.
the reason why I said I don't know what it is because some people think they're spirits. You know, some people think they're demons. Some think they're interdimensional beings. Some people that think they're visitors from another reality, you know.
Yeah, this is seriously why I can't do the guessing game with you.
Like, everybody has a different theory because it's not grounded in reality.
But it's on the ground. Usually.
A shadow is on the ground, I fear.
Exactly.
What do you mean usually? It's either on a wall or the ground.
That's what I mean.
Okay. Anyway.
It depends on how the light's working.
So, the Shadow Man doesn't come from like one specific legend, even though it's like very popular. It comes from like a bunch of different centuries, a bunch of different cultures, but there's very similar encounters like across everything. So the idea that a person's shadow possesses spiritual significance is like very old.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like almost the beginning of time. Almost. So, like in ancient civilizations, including ancient Egypt, a shadow was sometimes viewed as part of the soul. So, I don't know how to say this word. I'm going to spell it. Egyptians called it the Sheut. And I don't even want to try because ancient Egyptian language, not my language. And I'm scared.
Honestly,
to even try.
Sheut?
Yeah.
Honestly, it just sounds like shoot.
That's what I thought it was, but I was like, some languages say weird things.
Yeah, it could be a little it could be something like how like cuz I've been trying to pick up on learning Korean a bit more. Like some of their characters are like the R and the L, it's like a combination sound.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I don't even want to try.
Yeah.
But basically, it was believed to be an aspect of the person's spiritual essence. Many cultures believed that shadows could contain life force. Spirits could appear as dark silhouettes, not just like shadowy people, but like a whole ass dark silhouette. And that the dead could manifest as shadow-like forms. So it's been a thing across centuries. Like fucking Marie Antoinette probably knew what a shadow person was. Like, it's very old. And because shadows naturally mimic human shapes while lacking detail, they become very like powerful symbols. Like everybody's scared of them. They're like freaky, you know? Because you can't see what it's thinking, you can't see its face, you can't see anything. Like if you see like a little child spirit, you're like, oh, that child's smiling. I'm probably fine. Or you see a creepy ass child with sunken in eyes, you're like, I'm horrified.
So
shadow people, you don't have anything. Yeah. But like shadow people, you don't have anything to like grasp onto because there's no features.
Yeah.
In parts of Europe, dark human-shaped apparitions were associated with death omens, demons, witchcraft, and ghosts. And they have different entities such as the fetch and the doppelganger, which is not like a doppelganger, you would think. It's an entity. Those are not identical to modern shadow people, but they are dark human forms. So that's one form of shadow people that we have. In Islamic folklore, some experiences resembling shadow entities have been attributed to the jinn. You know what a jinn is. You've seen Supernatural.
Dginn, right?
Yeah.
Not G, J.
J.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
G is the drink.
But they are often described as existing in a parallel realm, and then sometimes they appear in like this realm as like little shadowy forms to like take you away. It's, as I said, in an episode of Supernatural, Dean gets taken
by a jinn.
Yeah. There's various indigenous transitions worldwide, which include spirit beings, dark watchers, ancestor shadows, and different forest entities. These are basically Native Americans' version of shadow people. They're not called the same thing, but they basically are. But the term shadow people itself did not become really common until the late 20th century, um, with the rise of paranormal media and different internet communities during the 1990s and early 2000s. So, like people who had experienced sleep paralysis, night terrors, hypnagogic hallucinations, they would find other people that reported nearly identical encounters, and it basically made this like realm of the shadow people. So, most reports occur at night, in dim lighting, or during transitions between sleeping and walking. They are often noticed in doorways, hallways, corners of the room, beside beds, at the foot of beds, or in the peripheral vision. Some people report seeing them during periods of sleep deprivation, stress, illness, grief, intense anxiety. But some people also report them while they're fully awake. Basically, you are never fucking safe.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story. Don't ever be anxious or sick or be sad that somebody died or anything. Because then you're going to see them, basically.
So, don't have feelings.
Basically. Because apparently they show up for all those things. And also, don't ever look at the foot of your bed, or the side of your bed, or in the corner of the room, or in the hallway, or at a door, because that's where they show up. Because
where the fuck am I supposed to look at?
Just don't do anything.
just don't live, don't breathe.
Just sit in your room and have people bring you food and drinks all day.
Which then you gotta look at the door.
No, just have them put it in your hand.
Close your eyes.
I'm gonna play The Sims and somebody's gonna bring a plate of food.
But here's the thing. Anytime you play The Sims, you're looking at every corner of the house. The fuck you do then?
That doesn't count. It's animated.
We don't know that. What if the Shadow Man shows up in The Sims?
Okay, well then that's just horrifying. That's just freaky, because then it can jump into computers.
Well, we don't know that yet. No one's tested it.
I don't think anyone's ever experienced that. Watch me be the first.
It would most definitely be you, though.
Anyway, so as for how they look, they are usually human-shaped, but they lack normal details, obviously. They're shadow people. They appear as solid darkness rather than a normal shadow that would be cast by light source. So usually if you're like in a dark room, like if you have no lights on, nothing, pitch black, they look darker than the pitch black room. Like it's described as blacker than black. Like
yeah, isn't there a paint that's like the like darkest
basically
black or something?
Absorbs like light. Yeah, that's basically
and it's such like a creepy looking black.
Yeah. But like you could be sitting in a completely pitch black room and you will see it still because it's darker.
I don't like it.
You can have either child-sized figures or extremely tall ones that can be like 7 feet tall. But most of them are the average adult height. They are usually slender or average build, but some are described as unusually thin, elongated, or unnaturally broad-shouldered. Really just depends.
Gross.
The face itself varies very widely, though. So some say that there's no face at all, just smooth black void where the face would be. Some say that they see hollow eye sockets. Some have bright eyes, like white, yellow, red, blue, or silver. Rarely, but there are accounts that people report vague facial features that like show up only when you can focus really deeply. There are different kinds of shadow people. There's the plain humanoid shadows, and this is the most common type. It's a human outline with arms, legs, a head, a torso, a human, but there's no clothing details. And then...
Okay, so they're naked?
I mean, I don't know. It just, you can't see any clothing details.
So I think that makes them naked.
Sure. They got their free willy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or free titties.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't know if it's a man or a woman. You don't know what their gender is.
Maybe they have both.
Exactly. You never know.
Anyway, it's basically just a person that looks like it's made out of darkness. There are the tall ones that are extremely thin and elongated with long arms and legs, and sometimes described as having a stretched silhouette. So they just look super,
just
super. Like you took like an
what you
elastic band
imagine,
and you went.
or what you imagine when like did you ever, when you were a kid, you were like, shit, I'm too short, stretch me out, bitches.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, basically.
like pull like a Stretch Armstrong kind of thing.
You have the hooded or cloaked figures, so they appear to wear robes, cloaks, or hooded garments. Freaks me out.
Yeah, I don't like that one. That's just cult-like.
Yeah. The edges may seem smoky or mist-like. They're not sharp.
Okay.
So like they're all like and then we have the iconic man. We have our little iconic man. We got the hat wearing figures.
Oh,
We got the hat man, guys.
they look so dapper.
They look so dapper with their little bowler hats or their top hats.
Oh, speaking of dapper, I hung out with Marissa on Friday, and because no, I promise.
Okay, I was like, what does this have anything to do
It has
with
to do with dapper. And you know how she got a puppy?
Yeah.
First of all, he's like twice as big as when I saw him like a month and a half ago.
Okay.
I have to carry him with 2 hands now.
Oh.
He's still small though. He's like Luna sized. Except your dog is all fat.
Yeah.
Put it nicely. But they gave him a little blue bow tie. Oh. So her dad was like, "What do you think?" I was like, "He's such a dapper pupper. He's also batshit crazy now."
And he's so cute. That's probably so cute.
He almost put a hole in my pants.
Good.
Because you know how like puppies have like that affection bite, but they don't know that it hurts yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a biter.
Good.
And he's going to start losing his baby teeth soon. What, you want me to get bitten? Bitch.
Well, I'm not allowed to bite you. You tell me.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm a biter.
Yes,
I'm
I
an
know that.
affection
You bite
biter.
your boyfriend.
I do. TMI to the world, but yeah.
You don't bite me though.
Yeah, because you slapped me the one time I did it.
Not that hard.
It was like
It was a smack,
conditioning
not a
enough, though.
It was
like
no.
And I was like, okay, I'll never do it again. I'm sorry.
Did it actually hurt? I'm sorry.
No, it didn't really actually hurt, but I was like, okay. I was like, if I do it again, she's gonna actually hurt me.
It was like one of those, what the fuck are you doing slaps, you know?
Yeah. And then I was like, if I do it again, she's gonna do it for real, and then I'm gonna have a man on my face.
I would never actually hit you. I hope you know that. Unless I thought I was in danger.
Why would I ever?
If I was sleeping. I don't know. You pull some weird ass shit sometimes.
Let me just bite you while you're sleeping.
Yeah, that's how you die.
Anyway, back to the Hat Man.
I totally forgot about the Hat Man, I'm not gonna lie.
So they're seen in a fedora, top hat, bowler hat, or a wide-brimmed hat. Very specific.
Dapper.
There has never been an account of a Hat Man that didn't wear one of those 4 hats. You won't see a Hat Man in a baseball cap.
Just imagine the backwards cap, like.
That's just Jesse Pinkman, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's Jesse. He'd be like, that's not my fucking name. Anyway, they often appear more sharply outlined than the other shadow figures. So they're kind of, instead of being like all the like wispy, like the hooded ones, they have very sharp edges.
Got it. What if you saw a shadow man that looked like Crouton?
A shadow capybara.
A shadow capybara.
Climb onto my bed.
Cuddles.
Come join me.
They're so cuddly.
I don't care if you're gonna kill me. Just come join me in my bed.
You're too cute.
Yeah.
I should get a bow tie for Crouton.
You should. That's very cute. Get it from Build-A-Bear.
Yes. Well, I'll just walk in and be like, $5. Here you go. Just slide it across the table. You don't know what I need this for.
There's child-sized figures that are much shorter, and they're usually around 3 or 4 feet, and they are sometimes mistaken for actual children. They
Oh.
are like you can see like the children ones, they have clothes. Like you can see like a dress or
Mhm.
like pants or something. So sometimes people will be like, "Why is there a child standing in my room?" And then they get closer and it's just like, "The fuck?"
Yeah, especially when you don't have kids.
Yeah, I would be horrified.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, what the fuck is that?
So, um, different accounts describe them 3 different ways, like in how they manifest. So there's the solid silhouette, which is perfectly black with crisp edges.
Mhm.
That's the Hat Man most of the time.
Yeah.
There's the smoky form, which is more like a moving darkness, like it resembles smoke.
Mhm.
So like you can tell that there's something there, but it kind of floats a little bit,
Gotcha.
like
Gotcha.
um. And then there's the static form, which is a shape made of flickering darkness. It kind of looks like TV static, so it like flickers,
Mhm.
and it's like yeah. And then they aren't transparent like ghosts either.
Mhm.
So they look dense, they're very opaque. Light does not pass through them. They stand out against the darkness, and then they often appear three-dimensional. So, like, you're not looking at a cardboard cutout, you're looking at a
Yeah.
person.
Got it.
Um, and then most accounts struggle with any kind of details like age, clothing, like other kinds of stuff like that, because they are truly like darker than dark. So it's kind of difficult to make out any features. Um, Most of the time, they actually just stand there and watch you. Um, that is by far the most common report.
Okay.
They stand in doorways, they stand in the corner of the room, they stand beside or at the foot of the bed. They appear to be facing whoever, is witnessing it, like they're observing them. Most of the accounts just end there. They literally just watch you,
Okay.
which is scary enough in itself.
Yeah. I think I would
Um,
rather it do something than just watch me and observe and take in.
yeah, it's like, what are you
What do you
trying
want
to
to
do?
know?
Like, what are you here for? Who sent you?
Mm.
What's going on? But some of them do move through space, but it's not as common. People will report them walking down hallways. They'll cross from room to room. They move from one doorway to another. They peek around corners. They pass behind furniture. Um, but it's very smooth and quiet. Like you wouldn't know that they're moving unless you're watching it like move back and forth. And then there's a lot of peripheral movement. So this is also very common. Um, they'll see like them dart across their peripheral vision, or they'll like be looking forward and they'll see it and it will just move just slightly like over here. And it's just like walking back and forth, just
Okay.
like um there are accounts of them interacting with the witness, but it's very, very rare. Um, in the accounts that do interact with the witness, they typically only really walk towards them. Sometimes they'll lean over them, they'll move closer, but they don't really touch them or talk to them. Like, you might find one or two where they touch or they talk or something, but a lot of the accounts end before physical contact is even made.
Damn. I don't like it.
So people say that they do mimic human behavior. So they'll stand, like when they're standing in the doorway, they'll stand with their arms crossed. And you'll see
Ew.
the outline of the arms
Of
crossed.
like the arm. Yeah.
Yeah. Or they'll appear to be looking out the window. Like they'll be standing right by the window and you'll see the back of them. And you'll tell that it's the back of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just looking out the window. Or they walk with a purpose, like they have somewhere to be. Like they're not just walking through the rooms. They're like, I need to get to this place
Damn.
at this time. And sometimes they'll pause and turn their head. And you'll see the
Ew.
shadow of them turning their head, like they're looking for
Gross.
something. People literally think that it's someone in their home, but it's just
Mm.
like a shadow. a smaller number of people do report group sightings of them. So sometimes people will see multiple figures standing together, several figures will move in the same direction, or they'll see one larger figure accompanied by a bunch of smaller figures. I hate that. I hate the
I
one that's
hate
like
it.
one big one and the
I
smaller
hate it. I
ones.
hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's like they
It's
have
like
children.
it's like the leader. It's like a cult.
Yeah.
Imagine it was the group sighting of one larger one and a bunch of smaller ones as the
Oh
hooded figures.
no. No.
That might be the worst combination.
That's terrible.
Um, but possibly the rarest occurrence are just miscellaneous actions. Like sometimes they'll gesture, very rare, but sometimes they'll
Mm-hmm.
gesture at you, or they'll point at something on your wall, or they'll try and communicate with you without speaking. You'll see them move and
Mm-hmm.
like they're trying to show you stuff, but they won't talk. Sometimes they look like they're searching your room. Like they'll look like
For what?
they're going in your
My room's
drawers.
tiny.
Yeah, looks like they're searching. Or they'll open and close the doors.
Please don't.
How they don't ever really interact with the person though.
I
So
know, it's
like
so weird to me though.
they'll like point at something. The most that they'll do is try and show you something on your wall or something. They, even if they lean over top of you, they could be leaning like right over you. They're never gonna touch you. They're never gonna talk.
I
They
hate it.
won't. They
Hate
won't
it.
do anything. Um, and they also don't really stay very long. They kind of just like watch and then disappear.
Hmm.
Most of the time, people immediately feel that something is wrong, though. So, like when they experience sudden fear, it like happens before they notice the figure. They'll feel like a sense of like, oh my gosh, why am I so afraid right now? And then 2 minutes later, they'll see a shadow figure.
Gross.
They'll feel like they're being watched or they have a sense of dread. Hyper awareness, like their attention is instantly locked onto the figure. Like they'll wake up out of a dead sleep and just immediately log onto it.
Mm-mm.
There are some physical sensations, obviously, mainly associated with fear, but you can get racing heart, chills or goosebumps. You kind of freeze in place. You get tingling sensations up your arms, or it feels like the room is very, very heavy. And sometimes it feels like it's difficult to move or speak. Um, During sleep experiences, people report being awake but unable to move, feeling pressure on their chest, difficulty speaking or calling for help, and a strong certainty that another presence is in the room. These experiences usually feel extremely real, but that's basically just sleep paralysis. But people consider it shadow people. After the sightings, you usually have the feelings linger for a little bit. People will report continued unease for hours or days. They won't enter the room where it happened. They repeatedly check dark corners or doorways. They have difficulty sleeping, or they obsessively replay the event in their minds. But not every single person who experiences it feels afraid. Like
Hmm.
a small amount of people feel curious, or they feel sort of calm. They don't feel afraid of what's there. They want to know more,
Okay.
which is honestly kind of weirder.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Most of the time, people feel like it's hostile, but some people do say that it feels emotionally neutral. But
Okay.
you don't really ever have a happy or like a positive one. The best you'll get is neutral.
Okay.
So there are some long-term effects, but these widely vary by person, and it kind of just is how the person reacts to the
Mm-hmm.
encounter. But common long-term effects include that the image remains unusually vivid for years or even decades. It will just pop up into their brain, and it will be like it's happening all over again. People often remember exactly where they were, what the room looked like, and how they felt. The
Oh.
memory can feel different from an ordinary dream because they believe that it really did happen, if it's like one of the sleeping ones.
Mm-hmm.
People will sleep with the lights on for years. They'll keep their doors opened or closed in a very specific way. They'll check their rooms before bed. They'll have increased anxiety around falling asleep. Um, they become more aware of movement. They frequently look toward doorways, hallways, or dark corners, interpreting ambiguous shapes and shadows more cautiously. Um, they will never put their back to a door or a dark corner. And if there's clothes on a chair that looks like a little weird thingy, they'll move them.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people become more interested in paranormal topics, spirituality, religion, or sleep science, depending on what they believe happened. Oh my gosh, depending on what they believe happened. So, like, they might just deep dive into it, try and put all of the fear that they felt into like learning about
Mm-hmm.
different religions or whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, and then a small minority of people do report ongoing anxiety related to it. They'll have a fear of the dark. They worry that the figure will come and hurt them, or they have stress whenever they're alone. They don't want to be alone even at like during the day. And then some individuals report multiple sightings over months or years of the same figure. So, you know, imagine seeing the same exact figure
I would
over the
hate
course
it.
of
Hate it.
months. Horrifying. But I do have to touch on the icon himself specifically. We have to talk about the Hat Man.
Of course.
Yeah. So among shadow person reports, one figure appears unusually often, and that is the Hat Man. Very popular.
Of course.
The Hat Man is described as tall, dark silhouetted, wearing a wide brimmed hat, and he sometimes wears a trench coat.
Oh, so he's really
Sometimes.
like that feels more detective-y or like trying to two kids stacked on top of each other trying to like get one ticket.
Have you ever seen like the TikToks that are like, I owe $20 to the Hat Man?
Yes.
That's so funny to me. I don't know why. But when people experience the Hat Man, it's usually one of the more intense ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have extreme fear. Like they are either paralyzed with fear or they go into like fight or flight kind of thing. You know, usually when you experience like a paranormal thing, you're just like, what the fuck? But like when people see the Hat Man, they either freeze or like run
Fight or
or
flight
try and
or
or
freeze.
or they try and fucking fight the Hat Man.
So fight, flight, or freeze.
Yeah, but it's just like pow pow. Imagine trying to hit the Hat Man; it just goes through him.
Right. I would cry.
Um, he watches abnormally close to you. Like if you
Mm,
get up and you start walking around, he's gonna follow you.
no.
Um, he will stand in your doorways, and if you close the door, he's gonna come in.
No.
You can't close the door on him. He
No.
is there
I don't
until he
like
goes
it.
away. But the remarkable consistency like of the Hat Man reports has like basically attracted all the attention. Which I think is partially some people will be like, "Oh, somebody else experienced this. I also experienced this." You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think all of them are like purely real because sometimes you'll think that you experienced something just
Yeah.
because somebody else
Somebody else said
experienced
it.
it. So I think part of the Hat Man is like phenomenized, I guess. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like, not to say that I think that the experiences are fake all the time, but definitely kind of a famous thing now. Um, but some people actually, like researchers, are like, yeah, he's an authority figure, and if someone's afraid of authority,
Yeah.
that's what they're gonna see. So some people think it's psychological, and then there's obviously some people think it's actually paranormal, some people think that it's sleep paralysis. But now we're gonna talk about the theories. This one is really long. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
But we like theoretical explanations here.
Yes. Yes, yes,
So I
yes.
have a couple to talk about. So there are a few major theories that people use to explain shadow person experiences. They range from neuroscience to different cultural interpretations. So we have a wide range going on here.
Okay.
So the most widely accepted explanation is the sleep paralysis one that I've touched upon basically
Yeah.
this entire time. But this is literally the leading explanation.
Mm-hmm.
So during REM sleep, your brain is dreaming while your body is temporarily paralyzed. And sometimes you partially wake up while the REM imagery is still active, which is when the brain tries to make sense of the room and the dream fragments together. And sometimes it generates a human
Mm-hmm.
in real life, but it's really just your dream. So these experiences happen at night or during waking transitions. They often include paralysis, chest pressure, and vivid fear, and the figure matches how the brain constructs threat imagery. So, the sleeping ones, probably
Yeah.
just sleep paralysis,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And then you have hypnagogic and hypnagogic hallucinations. So this is closely related to sleep paralysis, but it's not full paralysis. So hypnagogic is when you're falling asleep, and hypnagogic is when you're waking up.
Okay.
Or hypnopompic. Hypnagogic and hypnopompic. Sorry, I combined the words.
You're okay.
And then in these two different states, the brain can produce realistic visuals in the room, like shadow silhouettes, human-like forms, and it's because the brain is trying to make a pattern within the room.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not fully asleep, so you're not experiencing sleep paralysis,
Yeah.
but it's like in that weird
Mm-hmm.
between.
I got you.
There is pareidolia theory where humans are extremely sensitive to detecting faces and bodies. So in dim lighting, random shapes can be misinterpreted as a person, and once the brain locks onto that figure, it's no longer clothes on a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is especially strongly linked to the peripheral vision ones, or like when you're super tired or stressed, you often see things that aren't there.
Yeah.
Or if you're somewhere unfamiliar, like if you're sleeping over someone's house for the first time
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, I don't know what that is, sometimes your brain makes it
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah, yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
There's fear or threat stimulation bias, so the brain has a built-in system that prioritizes detecting danger over accuracy. So in the darkness and uncertainty, the brain will guess that there's a human there. But there's not. And that's linked to biology. Because that was their most realistic threat
Mm-hmm.
historically, was that a human was going to be there and kill them. So it's literally a biological thing that
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
to experience that.
Makes sense.
Um, some people say that environmental factors play a part. So low light and high contrast, sleep deprivation, stress, certain medications or substances. Benadryl, that's when people see the Hat Man.
Makes sense. Because it
Um,
makes you eepy.
yeah. Or noisy sleep environments can sometimes
Yeah.
stimulate the brain. Then there's obviously the cultural folklore interpretations. So different cultures have different names or interpretations for shadow people. You know, that's basically it. Talked about the origins in the beginning. I don't feel like repeating it.
Fair enough.
Just, yeah. And then obviously, paranormal interpretations are not science-based. And
Yes.
it basically says that shadow figures are spirits or interdimensional entities or negative presences or some sort of residual energy. But there's really no scientific evidence that supports that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, sleep paralysis,
It just sounds like more like
entities.
sleep paralysis, but it could still be an entity that we don't really understand. So,
Yeah, but there's a lot of theories, but they all really only address one part of the shadow man. Like none of them address every single
mm-hmm.
part. Because sleep paralysis, yeah, the sleeping ones where you're stuck and you can't do anything and you know that you were asleep or whatever. But if you're asleep or if you're awake, you never fell
Yeah.
asleep
You never fell asleep, then you
and
can't.
you're walking around and
Yeah,
then it's not sleep paralysis. So it
yeah.
explains one part, but not the other part. So then people make a theory to cover that part, but then there's another part
that
that's not
contradicts
covered.
that. Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of contradictions, which honestly kind of strengthens the paranormal theory, because how can you
Yeah.
not come up with a theory that supports everything? If it's
Exactly.
science-based, you should be able to at least make a cohesive picture. Even if it's like 6 different theories, it should make a cohesive picture that doesn't contradict.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not really possible with this.
No.
So that's what leads people to believe that even though they have the sleep paralysis theory and the hallucinations and all that, that it is
Mm-hmm.
a paranormal entity.
It's just a lot of confuzzlement.
Yeah. But that's my really long story about the Shadow Man.
Oh, I hate the Shadow Man personally, especially the Hat Man hovering right over your face. But
Oh, I hate it.
I would scream.
I
Well,
think the worst part is that with OCD, if I were to take Benadryl and fall asleep, I would see the Hat Man.
You would.
I would convince
You
myself
totally
that
would.
I would like literally convince myself.
Damn. Well, we are recording this on Father's Day, so we do have stuff to do after this. This episode comes out on the 4th of July, so happy 4th of July to those who celebrate. If you don't celebrate, just have a good Saturday.
I'm gonna be at work.
I probably will too. I haven't been called yet, but I most likely will because it is a holiday weekend. So, social media.
Our Gmail is let's spill the teapot.
Nope.
lstt.pod.
There you go.
at gmail.com. They're all in here. I just don't know which one goes to which. It's lstt.pod@gmail.com. Our Instagram is Let's Spill the Tea Pod. And our TikTok. Give me a second, I'm dying.
Let's Spill the Tea.pod.
Yes. There's so many. I wish we could have made them all the same, but none of the platforms had the same available.
Same thing. I know. All right. We spilled that tea. Happy holiday, whatever holiday you celebrate.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.